Hey everyone, I'm Keychain. Today we have update 6.18.0 and we got some new stuff to cover. Before I get started, I want to talk about the Amazon App Store. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, if you're in a region that is available for the Android App Store, it's going to save you money. Also in the description, there's codes for 25% off of the 10K bundle for anybody that's in United States, UK, or France. Okay, let's get into the content. So, new troop skills. They unlock when you reach castle level 30, and when you click your academy, there's this new troop skills button. When you click that, you get in here and you can see that there's these new skills. Now, one of the things I noticed right away is that the skills are only for tier 10, tier 11, tier 12, and tier 13. No, I can't look at the skills for the tier 13 because I don't have that troop set unlocked. But if you go into one of these, I'm going to look at the cavalry first, and we're going to look at the tier 12. So looking at this, you can increase the basic attack of your cavalry. Number 2, spurred. I've been told this is, oh no, they fixed it already. So it says basic health. When I first loaded the game this morning, it said attack as well, and I think that's already been updated. But looking at this third skill, ambush, you decrease the advantage that infantry has against your cavalry. So I think that one's very interesting because depending on how high these skills go, it's going to make your cavalry much more effective against both distance and reducing the disadvantage against infantry, which seems pretty significant. Now, the other piece about this is every one of these skills, the number 4 skill is a special ability. So see the bottom one here, Stampede, chance of dealing, right now it's 1x damage to the enemy distance, but as you increase that, it's going to increase, the first one goes to 1.4%, and then it increases from there. But I think that these are going to be very interesting, and there's potential for some mixed marches here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. In here, the tier 11 skill for the bottom is have a 0% chance to parry enemy cavalry attacks. Enemy cavalry unable to attack for 3 seconds. So, right now it's a 0.15% chance, but say you max that up to level 10 and it's like, I don't know, 3-4%. Who knows what the percentage is going to be, or maybe it goes up to level 20 and you get a 5% chance. It might be worth bringing tier 11 into your march instead of just max top tier. Same thing for this last one. There's a chance for your tier 10 cavalry to dodge, so that one doesn't really help as much, but some of these other ones look like they might make mixed marches a consideration. So here's one. So the tier 10 distance reduce the enemy cavalry's attack by, the first step is 0.15%, but it's increasing from there. And then the tier 11 distance, you study the tactics of the enemy distance and decrease the damage dealt by the enemy distance. So again, it doesn't say that that's capped just to your tier 11s. It's putting a debuff on the enemy distance. So there's going to be some additional strategy here. Like if you're attacking against cavalry, you might want to put some tier 10 distance into your march. If you're attacking against other distance, you might want to put some tier 11 distance into your march. This one is for decreasing the health of cavalry. So that's for tier 12. So going against cavalry, if you put tier 10s and tier 12s together, you're going to significantly decrease the effectiveness of the enemy cavalry. So the other thing to look at is these look like small percentages, but I think these are after the fact flat stats, and that's why they're so small. So you may look at it and say, oh, it's only decreasing it by, 0.15%. That's nothing, looking at 20, 30K stats, but I think it's done after the fact as a flat percentage. So even if you have 100,000 cavalry attack, the game is considering that 100% of your attack ability, and then this is reducing that. So reducing it by 1% would actually be reducing it by 1,000% if you had 100,000. So the math here is going to be tricky, but I think it's pretty significant. And I think there's going to be some additional marches that need to be made or created, or things changed depending on what you're attacking against. So looking at infantry, shout to upset enemy horses, enemy cavalry unable to attack for 2 seconds. And that's a percentage of the troops, the total troops. So that looks pretty good. For tier 11, hold the shields firm, ignoring damage dealt by the enemy distance. So I don't know if this is just for your tier 11s or if that shields everything in your march. We won't see that until we do some testing. Final skill that I can see is the tier 12 infantry. So frighten the enemy, decreasing the basic attack of enemy distance by X% for 3 seconds. So you can see that each of these are kind of specialized, and that some of these marches, like, you might not need a lot of them to trigger this. Like, what if you put 5,000 tier 10 distance with your, or 5,000 tier 12s of each type, depending on what you're attacking. So I haven't figured this out yet to decide what's best, but it looks like tier 10 and tier 12 distance will go really good against cavalry. Tier 10 infantry will go really good against cavalry. And then the regular, decreasing the basic attack of distance there, and distance here. So it looks like tier 12 and tier 11 infantry debuff distance. Tier 10 infantry, tier 10 distance, and tier 12 distance debuff cavalry. Tier 11 distance debuffs other distance. So someone needs to make a chart. When you guys get smarter than me or better with Photoshop and other things, make a chart on which abilities and which tiers debuff which things. But I think there's some potential here for adding in some extra troop tiers to maximize damage, especially once you get things leveled up a little bit, start getting into the larger percentages. Where do we get the medals? So where do you get the medals for this new stuff? In your dailies is one place. So looking through the dailies, you're going to get 5 chests here, which is 5 medals. And when you open chests, you get to choose which medal you want. It's not random. So it's kind of like crafting the creation stuff. You pick out of the list and then you forge it. So that's the first one. 5 there. There's another 5 for 10. Nothing here. There's another 5 for 15. And another 5 at the end. So 20 medals per day. So not seeming too bad. The other thing you can do is you can purchase these. One of the spots you can purchase them is in the regular bundles tab into the growth section. You can buy 50 chests for $5 or 100 for 10. Now the other spot that is actually a really good deal if you are going to be spending is inside of the daily deals or the daily deliveries. So this one here, the 7-day. So you just saw that for $10 you can get 100 chests. For this one, you're going to get 210 chests for $10. So this one's a very good value if you are going to be going and spending towards this, which I think I'm going to buy this one. I'll actually buy it right now. Let's do it. You also get to see the Amazon App Store and work. So the weird part here is, see how this says it's 15 days on the, what it's actually, I don't know, advertising, but it only says 7 days in the game. Like, some of those things are confusing, but I think that it's just based on the amount. I don't think it's actually 15 days. I think what's advertised in game is 7, and that's what you're going to get. So here I've got the 30 chests, and I'll show you how they work and how to do them quickly if you've not done this before. So let's find them. if I can find them. Nothing. Oh, right here. So when you hit use, it goes to this create screen, and you click the plus, and then you choose which type you want. For me, it's going to be cavalry first. So if you hit create, you only create one, and creating one at a time, no good. And you can create again one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. But if you go back in and you do the same thing, hit quick creation, and then you can choose all 29 and create them all at the same time. So then you don't have to wait and do this individually. So now I've got the medals. What am I going to do with them? Going back into the troop skills, personally, I'm looking at my tier 12 cavalry first. I use those to attack the most, so I want to increase their stuff. So let's see how much it takes. So one upgrade does 400, and then it increased. So it went from 4 medals to 5 medals. So using 5 medals got me to the next tier. So now I've got an extra 0.15% chance on my attack. And see my attack stat here, how it's now 480.72. So that might not seem like a lot, but that's modified by, so you take this base value and you modify it by your cavalry attack stat. So for me, that's almost 20,000. So I'm going to take this 480.72 by 20,000. So that increase of 0.72 is going to make a difference. And it's, the other thing to pay attention to, and I don't know if they did this intentionally, but you can only increase the attack and the health of this one, attack and health here, and the attack and the health here. So defense was already one of the worst stats, and now they made it even, they made it worse, at least for cavalry. So in infantry, or in distance, you do increase your defense. So I don't know what they're going to do here, but you're going to want to change or look at your overall stats differently. If you're a distance main, well, now you can increase the base distance of your tier 10, tier 11, and tier 12 distance, which means that distance defense might become better than distance health, whereas cavalry, 100% you want to do attack and health. And then infantry looks like they increased your defense and your health, not your attack. So they definitely had some, infantry's supposed to be defensive. They clearly show that they're not focusing on attack at all. Okay, so I think that's enough about the troop skills. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to get into the 50% event now. Actually, first, let's get into the puzzle challenge. So inside of your hot events, we've got a new puzzle challenge going. I love the puzzle challenges personally. One, because I'm good at them, and two, because it's fun. It's just something different. And the leaderboard rewards this time around war documents for puzzle 1 and some gold, scholar scrolls for puzzle 2, and aristocrat badges for puzzle 3. So I'll be competing to try and get all of those. Looks like we've got some people on the leaderboard for puzzle 1 already. Looks like a minute is the time to beat. And we'll see if we can beat that later today. Okay, now we've got the new 50% event. It's the Pirate Party. So the Pirate Party is on. We've got these pirate hats and eye patches. So the eye patches are the free store, and I say it's the free store because every eye patch you get in game is done by free-to-play methods. So it's hunting threats, red guards, collecting resources inside of your castle. That's where you're going to get the eye patches. So inside the eye patch store, they've got all 4 types of resources. They've got the one-time construction boosts if you are below C35. We've got speed ups, iron, etc. So one of the things in here that's new, and it's getting towards some other stuff, is Bloodtooth. So you can get Bloodtooth elixirs in here to help you get your Bloodtooth set to work towards Silver Dragon. You've also got Kingmaker, Sky Gold, and Fire Demon. So if you're not getting everything you need already from Ultimate Alliance campaign, you can get the Fire Demon and the Sky Gold here. Kingmakers, they've been giving those away inside of New World for a while as well. And then Thunderbolt. I assume that most people, unless you're in a brand new kingdom or you're newer, already have Thunderbolt because they've been giving these away as the rewards inside of Kingdom Raid for a while. And then we've also got Copper Essence, Ebony Essence, and Artisan Materials. So this time, I don't think Artisan Materials were in there last time, but I'm definitely going to be buying the Artisan Materials, the Ebony Essence, Copper Essence. Like, buy materials that you need always. And then I always buy these little things down here, the Gathering Boosts. And I'll probably, if I have extra, buy the Intensity Gears. But this time around, I'm going to focus on some of the materials and the other things I need first. Going into the pay/quest rewards store, and that's the Pirate Treasure. So inside of this store is where the main 50% event buff is, and that's this 5-day construction boost here. So if you're new, if you're above Kingdom 584, you will not get the construction boost. You'll have the event, but you won't get the construction boost. That's something Fun Plus decided to do. I don't know why, but that's where the line is drawn in the sand right now. So inside of here, you can buy marquee badges, aristocrat badges, all of this stuff here. All of the materials and stuff, pretty standard. They're in all of these events. Didn't see anything significant, but I wanted to get down to these things. Title Coat of Arms are the new thing. So they're 125 per 10. Earth Coat of Arms are only 25. So if you can't get title yet, but you want to finish up your Earth Coat of Arms set, 25 per 10 is a really good deal. Celestial Gemstones and Advanced Celestial Gemstones, still 300 and 100. I don't think that went down from last time, so I won't be participating in either of those. I don't need Phantom. Phantom you can get from they've been giving it away in New World, so participate in New World even if you're going to lose, because you'll start getting some of those advanced Phantom Scrolls. And then the Enchanted Airship, 50 for 10. That's pretty good. And the Illuminated Guard Weapon as well, 50 for 10. And then, of course, you've got the Valkyrie Curiosities for anybody who hasn't finished that up yet. Now, the other thing I was happy to see is the price on Silver Dragon is down a little bit. So I think last one, the Sword Scroll was 1,500, and now it's 1,000. So it looks like they cut everything by about 30%, which, depending on how things go, I might end up getting a Sword Scroll. I think that's my lowest Silver Dragon right now, so we'll see. I might end up buying one of those. And then the other thing in here is they still didn't add back the level 6 Intensity Gears into here, which I'm still a little bit disappointed about, but it is what it is. And finally, the research speed up and training speed up. Don't forget these buffs. When training speed up day happens and when research speed up day happens, use these. It's an extra little bit of percent, and everything helps in this game. Try and maximize everything you can. So try not to forget these buffs on research or training day. Now let's get into the Pirates Parade, the quests for today. We've got the same kind of basic quests as always. We've got a little bit of construction boost, spending stamina, munitions exchange, helping your allies, gathering resources, etc. But today we've got Coat of Arms and also a bonus Build Your Estate. I personally stopped at the 40,000 tier. I maybe went over a little bit, but I'm kind of running low on stuff to upgrade. So I don't want to blow through all of this and not be able to complete the dailies for the rest of the days. So I would rather get these 45 every day for the next, 8 days than try and burn through all of my estate quests today and run out of stuff to upgrade. Okay, so let's get in and do some Coat of Arms upgrades. This one's going to be really good for me. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I did some honor chests and ended up with some Coat of Arms. So I'll be able to just equip these and get some increases. Now, one of the things I saw, and I'll go show you this, is I think the cutoff was epic for losing score. And what do I mean by losing score? When you hit the Coat of Arms score, you can look over here that an epic Earth Coat of Arms is 8.8 million. So if you have epic and you increase it or you equip a basic title, you're going to lose 1.7 million points. So your score won't change even though you gain stats. So I need to be paying close attention to that because I think I do have one or two epics and I will lose score. So I actually have just one epic. So when I equip this one epic, I'm going to lose score. So this is one that I got in the honor chest. So we're going to equip that and we're going to dismantle this one. And then you can see there I have 3 more. So I got 49 mil essence for that one. But we did drop score. And now, whoops, get that out of the way. I am going to equip these other ones that I got. If I can find infantry, here it is. So I'm going to equip these other 3. I better not do all 3. I'm going to do 2 of them and see where I ended up on the quest, and then I'll decide if I need the 3rd one. The other thing to note is the newest thing, the newest item, repeats 3 times throughout the 50% event. So coat of arms will appear 2 more times. So is it worth it for me to max out today and then not have enough next time? It's not. So that's something you got to pay attention to. Let me look at the amount of materials I have. I can probably get away with doing one more equip because I have 186 million materials and an upgrade from title is 44. So I've got 4 upgrades from basic to precious, which let's look at the scores. One upgrade from basic to precious is going to give me 7.7 million points. So looking at the score, 26 million is the cap. So with just one single upgrade, I would be able to get all the way through this 6.5 million that I have right here without much effort. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and do, let's see, if I do one upgrade right now, instead of equipping the other one, I'll get 60, 62, and 80 of the hats. So that's what I'm going to do. And the one that I'm going to upgrade first is this one. So by upgrading that, we should have unlocked the next 3 tiers. And I think that's where I'm going to stop this time. And then the next time this shows up, maybe in 2 or 3 days, I will equip and upgrade one more of the new ones. And see where we go from there. I mean, the other thing to look at when you're doing these is, see, I've got 80, I would get 85 hats if I did the next tier. Well, let's see how much materials are. So if I spent 85 hats on artisan materials, say 90, I would get 6 times 600,000. I'd only get 3.6 million. And that's not anywhere near an upgrade for one of these. So I would have to spend 800 of the hats to get the 44 million essence I need for one upgrade. So that's not likely that that I'll be doing that. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I will see you in the next video.